Hello friends, welcome to another Dog's Life in Liechtenstein vlog. You find us heading to the rail station to catch a train to Zurich, where we'll then transfer to the TGV train to Paris. As you can see, the weather has definitely changed and we're officially heading into autumn.
Okay, we're at the first train station. Waiting for the train to take us to Zurich. Here it comes.
In Zurich, we transferred to the TGV and settled ourselves in the boys' inn. We left exactly on time for the evening trip into Paris. Rainer will be attending a work conference, and I will be keeping busy with some work and some exploring with the dogs. It should be fun.
Here we are the next morning. We got in really late with the train last night. At that time we found a taxi that would take the dogs and got to our hotel. It was really late by the time we got to bed. So slept in a little bit this morning, and Rainer went off to his conference and I got things sorted out. So here we are. I just walked outside the hotel and down the street a little bit. We're in quite a nice area of Paris. And behind me is a rather nice, very old-looking church. Beautiful grounds around it. Unfortunately, the dogs are not allowed in here, so I won't be able to walk in and look at the church. And just very typical Paris. And here are the boys that are with me. Being very good, taking in. Jacob's taking in all the sides. Arthur as well. Hello, boys. Hello. Can you say hello? It's time to go off and explore a little bit more. So let's go.
It wasn't long before we came across this cute little square, and on the opposite side was the Church de la Magdalene, built in the style of a Greek temple.
So boys, you ready to move on?
I was too late for breakfast that morning, so a coffee in a typical Parisian cafe was in order, just round the corner from the church. Then we were off to walk and explore and try to find a park open for dogs. Well, let's get forward to much later in the day with plenty of walking behind us, but without finding a park or space open to dogs. The lights are coming on and the streets are getting busy.
Okay. Everybody wants to go home, as you can hear. Boys, are you ready to go home? Huh? You've had a good afternoon? Yes, you have. Hello again. It's the next day. A little cooler today. I'm walking through a different part of Paris now, and as you can see behind me is Dior and in front of me is Fendi, and the building I'm standing right by, this is Celine. I don't know if you can see that. And Chanel just across the corner there. But I'm not stopping here. I'm heading with the boys to try to find a nice park area. I'm not sure if they'll be allowed to go loose, but I'll see if there's finally a small section that's available for dogs. Boys, you ready? Rainer took them out for a run this morning, so it's not as if they're really desperate for a run, but it's always nice to find green grass for them to walk on at least, instead of just constantly pavements. Okay, I'll take you there and check in again when we get there. Okay, so we found the park, but all of this side, the entrance is closed, and so we had to walk all along this side, and I don't know how much further we have to walk this way. It's beautiful. The buildings are amazing. It's a very lovely area. I love the lampposts, for instance, but it's a shame there's a lot of construction going on and we can't actually get into the park to see if there's anywhere for the dogs to run. Let's go, boys. Let's keep walking.
We finally found a scruffy sort of pre-park section we could enter. It was clear dogs were not allowed beyond the fence on the right-hand side, but I spotted another lady with her dog off the leash, so I took that as an invitation to enter this area and let the dogs have a little free time. I think it was only possible because construction had blocked one end of this area. I don't want to sound too critical, but I was becoming less and less impressed with Paris as a destination to visit with dogs. I can't fault our hotel, they were lovely, although we did pay a dog fee, but the city itself was not inviting for dogs. And the comparison to Vienna, for instance, became more and more apparent the more we walked around. In my opinion, one of the negative sides to immigration and cultural diversity in Europe has been an increase in intolerance towards animals, especially dogs. But that's just my experience and, as I said, my opinion.
Okay, so I'm in a teapot shop that I visited yesterday with the boys, and we were given such a lovely service. So I popped in today to film my favorite teapot that I fell in love with, so that I can also show Rainer. And the boys were treated so nicely, and they behaved so well. See, this is why they want to come back. Well, so this is the little teapot I fell in love with. With its own decaf on it. Okay? Comes in a big size and comes in multiple color combinations. Once again, I'm in a taxi heading to a special evening, I hope. It's at the Saint Chapelle and it's a concert. So we're zooming around now through. And what area of Paris are we going to? Can you tell me?
The district?
Yes.
1.
The
District 1.
District 1.
District
Okay,
1. In
wow.
the center, downtown.
Downtown, the center. Okay.
Sainte-Chapelle is a royal chapel that was built in the Gothic style, and it's found within the medieval city palace, which was the residence of the kings of France until the 14th century. Its construction began around 1238 and was finished with the chapel's consecration in April 1248. Can you believe this amazing architecture and these beautiful windows were built almost 800 years ago? There were so many intricate details to observe while waiting for the concert to start. We filed out of the palace to be presented with a view of the chapel from the outside and a glorious full moon.
I thought I might try to get in the Madeleine, de la Madeleine church, and see what it's like inside. Since I've passed it now, walking with the dogs, I think I've passed it, this is the third or fourth time, so I think it's time I went and had a look inside it. As I was walking along, I noticed this beautiful display here, and there's a passageway I'm going to explore because it looks very pretty in there. And it is indeed very pretty. But this is beautifully done. It gives such a sparkly effect.
Of course, it's not really a trip to Paris without crossing the River Seine and having a good view of the Eiffel Tower.
As much as I love seeing all the big ticket sightseeing sites, I also love walking down little side streets like this one with a lady walking her dog, another one barking, a hairdresser, a little supermarket, a kitchen shop, because it's these places, the buildings are beautiful, but it's also very real. It's where people actually live and work. So I'm now walking with the boys. Here they are. Arthur, Jacob, say hello. And we're going to a very special location. It was actually Rainer who researched it and found it online, and so I have an hour's walk. I think I'll walk over and maybe take a cab back if I can find one, and I'll show you when I get there what it is. But it's a special location, and I'm quite looking forward to seeing what it will be about, but it's something to do with the dogs. There is still a lot of signs of the recent Olympics that were held in Paris. Well, according to my Google Maps, I'm only 4 minutes away from where I have to be. We've been walking for well over an hour, so we've had a good view of Paris. This is what we walked for. It's a cafe that's specifically for dogs. It's called Le Bonaparte, so let's see if it's really so dog friendly. Apparently I can get a coffee there and the boys can get a cappuccino. So I've ordered myself a coffee, but the boys get a cappuccino. Okay, Jacob, let Arthur have a little. Jacob? Okay. Arthur, Jacob, back. Let's let Arthur have a little. Yes, it's Arthur's turn. Oh, and then it's Jacob's. Good boys. Okay. Do you like that, Jacob? How cute. Oh, I think it's all gone. You can try, Jacob.
We'll try. I didn't realize you had two. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No problem at all. Thank you. Hi there, I'm back home and I'd like to add a little note at the end of this video about the cafe that I visited in Paris. I was really impressed because it was the only space that I found that was really trying to create a good environment and a safe space for
dogs and their owners, and the lady is really trying hard, and she's providing such a good service. And one of the things that she does is she's providing toys for the dogs to play with. You could see she'd even been into the forest and brought sticks and things that the dogs could chew on and play with and be content while their owners could enjoy a cup of coffee or something to drink. And there was one lady that was sitting on the left-hand side as I went in, that you might have noticed, and I got talking to her, and what she is actually doing is she comes as often as she can with her dog to the cafe, and she repairs the toys, because all the toys that are there are just donated or have been purchased by the lady that owns the shop or the cafe. And it got me thinking how people go the extra distance for animals and help in small ways. So on the way home, I was thinking, I wish I could have done a little bit more. And so what I've done over the last week or so since I've been back is I've collected a couple of toys that my dogs are not really playing with anymore, because many of the toys there were secondhand. And each time I've found a toy at a reasonable price, I've picked one up and got a little collection here. So I'm going to pack it up and send it to the cafe with a thank you note for the hard work that she's doing to make a safe environment for dogs and their owners in Paris. I'll turn the camera around and show you what I've collected. So here you can see it's a slightly grey evening, but I love the way the light is shining through the clouds. So here we are. I've collected a few things. The first things are actually used tennis balls, clean, but they've been used. A couple of toys from Arthur and Jacob that they're not really using anymore. Oops. And then these ones are just very reasonably priced chewing toys that I thought would be good for different sizes of dogs. All dogs love things like this to chew. And then for smaller dogs, because many of the dogs there were quite small. And finally, just a little chew ring. Okay, so it's not as much as I would like, but I'll add a little thank you note in and get this packed up and ready to go. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe, leave a comment. I love reading your comments, and I try to answer every single comment that I get. And come back again soon and see us at A Dog's Life in Liechtenstein. Bye.